is my Daymak Beast ATV. I just got it yesterday, and there's not very much information on the internet about it besides what little Daymak themselves puts out, and I've had to figure out a lot by myself, so I thought I'd make a video to explain a lot of what's going on. It literally did not come with a manual. They sent me a manual for the deluxe version, which is basically the same thing but without any lithium batteries. So I've been in touch with their sales and got a couple of my questions answered. So I thought I'd go through how to work everything here. First thing you'll notice, there's no anything down here for pedals, for brakes or gears or anything, which was real fun because it showed up on a flatbed tow truck and I had to back it off the tow truck and had to figure out how to do it. So the first thing you do is the ignition. Well, not ignition, on and off. Then you got your screen here that comes up with your odometer and your speedometer. And then over here, this red button is your gear shift essentially. And when I push that, it turns on the R. And I push it again and R turns off. That's all there is. You can go forward or reverse. There's no neutral, there's no park. The next important thing, in order to get it going, your parking brake, in quotes, is your hand brakes here have a lock on them. So you have to pull back the handbrake, and then you see my hand here, you pull that thing and this pin pops up, allowing the handbrake to release. There's one of those on both sides. Next up is your lights. So these work just like a car. You got off, you got regular running lights, and you got brights. So with regular running lights, it's these two lights down below that are on. It also has rear running lights, one down low and one up high. They're bright right now because the brake's on. And then the brights are the 4 frame mounted lights here. New for 2020, supposedly these lights are LED, and I guess the turn signals are new. So there's turn signals front and back. So this is your turn signal control. You just go to the left, and that'll turn on your left signal. Can't you see it very well? Oh, left, other side. So it's got that fancy little animation going on. To turn it off, you push that button in. It won't turn off automatically as you're turning. Right here is the winch control. Right here is my winch. So in and out. That one was the very first thing I figured out, which was good because when it showed up, it had the plow on it. Let me run over here real quick in my garage and you can see the plow that I took off. So it comes with the plow. The winch just connects right here. There's a big through bolt on the front. Makes it easy to take it on and off. So up brings plow up, in, or I guess in brings it up, out lets it down. One thing to note, the winch in here has its own battery. I don't know exactly which battery it is, but the charge connector for it is down here. It's under the left rear wheel well, is that connector. Other things, oh, we got a horn. The horn button is below the lights. And then up at the top of your lights here, you have a push button that does your brights. So that does your brights temporarily. On the speedometer, your instrument cluster here, the button on the right changes the backlight. It has 3 different colors or no backlight, so you can still see it at night. And the left one changes between odometer motor and trip. I'm not sure how to reset the trip yet. I held down that button, I believe, is what was able to switch me from kilometers to miles. Since Daymak manufactures in Canada, they default to kilometers, and I'm in the United States. Other things, on each side is one of these big switches that the light turns on. That turns on and off each of your motors. I believe it's the right switch is the front motor, the left switch is the rear motor. I found that I just leave them both on. It's an okay speed machine with both motors running dual motor. When I turned them off, it felt very, very slow and laggy, so I just leave them on. Another thing that I had to ask him what it was is above this charge port there's a key with settings for L, H, and M. Supposedly that is low, high, and medium for how much power is allowed to the motors. I just tried it out and I wasn't seeing much difference. The low was a little bit slower. It felt kind of like maybe it was an eco mode on a car where it just doesn't allow as much power through. We're pretty sure it doesn't have anything to do with gearing, so it wouldn't be effective to go into low if you needed to a little extra torque, like pushing snow or something. The lithium batteries, if you got the Ultimate, are back in your carry-on thing here, and they come separate. Each one has its own connection. When you want to use them, you have to plug it in yourself. This bottom one goes into the machine down to the wiring harnesses, and each battery is separate. That means that if one dies and you're ready to switch over, it doesn't automatically switch over. There's no switch or slider or anything. You have to stop, turn the machine off, and connect it. Not only that, but under the seat, in this huge mess of wires down here, are two breakers. This is the breaker for the lead acid battery. This is the breaker for the lithium batteries. Don't have them both on at the same time, but only turn on the one you want to use. And then to get the seat back on, in order to get it to grab directly down here, you should have to push at the bottom, and then you just push down on the back. There. And then with the lithium batteries, in order to charge them, the charger plugs directly into this little whip here. The lead acid battery charges down here on the right. This thing just twists around and goes in there. It comes with a charger for each battery, so I actually have 4 chargers. I have a charger for the lead acid battery, which is this one right here. Comes Daymak branded. I would assume this is the one they use for their other like scooters and stuff. And then it comes with a battery for each of your lithium, or a charger for each of your lithium batteries. Little adapter here to make the battery connection. They don't draw very much. It's supposed to output 60 volt 5 amps, so that's 300 watts. So I have them all plugged into the same outlet right now. Other things, it did come with a ball to tow back here. It came with a 1 7/8 inch ball. I took that off because I have a dump cart that's just a pin that will go in there, and I don't tow anything with a 1 7/8 inch ball. It is a regular size shank, so any regular sized ball should fit in there. If you want to get a 2-inch ball to tow something else, I can tow my trailer with a 2-inch ball. Mirrors are not adjustable at all. The only way to adjust them is you loosen these screws, and that will adjust the entire handlebars just like a bike. That will go up and down. You can go in and out a little with them here, but the only way to do up and down is the whole handlebars. Throttle's over here. One interesting thing is if the brakes are applied at all, the throttle won't do anything. Or if you're going the other direction at all. So if you're making a 3-point turn, like backing up and then going forward again, you have to come to a complete stop before the motors go engaging again in the other direction. I actually had once this morning where I did a 3-point turn out of my driveway and started going out, and I noticed, man, I've got about half the power. Didn't I kick the switch to turn off one of the motors or something? And no, what had happened is one of the motor controllers detected I was still going backwards, so didn't engage. So if you're feeling like you're low power, just let off the throttle and go again. I think that's pretty much it. I haven't had it very long, so in terms of how much I like it, it's fun. On a flat terrain with both motors running, I can get up to about 35. Going up this hill here, I get up to 26, 27 by the top. And so it's quick response because it's electric, but you can tell the motors aren't super powerful. I can go over 40 on a downhill, which plenty fast for me. This is not a hardcore off-roading machine for me. I got it mostly to plow, 6 to 9 inches of snow off of my driveway, which is not too big, and then the occasional leisurely ride just around the mountains here, or we go up in the mountains with my family sometimes. The key does have remote start, maybe. Yep, there it is, really loud, and an alarm. I haven't figured out. Okay, unlocked, turned it off. Comes with 2 keys. There's a key to lock your box back here that I've got on here. Supposedly the turn signals, the LED headlights, and the remote start is new for 2020. They haven't updated it on their website. They also removed, there's no heated hand grips, there are no speakers, and there is no inverter. Apparently the feedback on the handlebars was that they took a lot of energy reading into your range and people would rather just wear mittens, and the inverter and the speakers just didn't get used that much, so they took them out. I guess that's it until I have the machine a little bit longer and can give a better review of how I'm enjoying it, how everything is holding up.